Hello and welcome back to my Stationeers playthrough. So this is part 12 and last time we got some automated farming up and running, which is brilliant because now we can just leave this stuff to plant and grow. And you'll see we've already got some potato, some pumpkin and some tomato growing. So this time I'm going to turn my attention to a subject that I think has had slightly less coverage than perhaps some of the others, which is how to fully automate your food production. So we're going to need to probably expand the hab to accommodate this. I'm starting to think that perhaps having sited the machines there wasn't such a genius idea, and amazingly I'm thinking about moving them again, because I'm thinking we might extend the hab out sideways here in order to accommodate space for a kitchen, which will also be the start of the first part, which is not primarily a greenhouse, so it's not primarily geared around making sure we've got the right temperature and atmosphere for plant growing, although what we've got in here is obviously fine. We are breathing it quite nicely at the moment, so we might just carry on using this atmosphere through the whole base and just make the hab a bit bigger. Anyway, whichever way we go, I'm going to need to create some more room because there is not enough space in here to also build a kitchen. So let's start by getting organised, getting outside and starting to get some pieces building. So you'll remember last time I said that we will need to do some more mining, but obviously what you probably just can see happening now is the sun is literally just going down. So clearly we don't want to go wandering off right now, so let's get this piece done now, but we will have to sooner or later we are going to have to go and do some mining because we're going to run out of raw materials, but I think we can go for a little bit longer yet. So let's start thinking about how to set this up. In an ideal world I would like to bring a kitchen out, probably only one block actually, so it won't be quite as disruptive as I fear. Let's rip up the floor grating first of all and see how bad it is. We'll pop it down somewhere over here, I guess. We may as well use it. There we go. Okay, so in fact we can probably leave the these two printers, the pipe and electronics printer where they are. I just need to think about whether I need to I do need to resite the auto lathe and where to put that. So a couple of ways we could do this. Obviously I don't want to dismantle this until we're ready to go. I actually think what we might do is to pop down some more frames, perhaps want you a lot less resources to make steel frames, so let's pop down some more frames out here, and then perhaps we'll put the auto lathe back to back with one of these. That might be the easiest solution. If I can get this run of frames and that one clear, I think a 2x3 kind of area, that would be ideal. If I can make it a bit bigger, then even better, but I think that will do the job. The kitchen itself doesn't need to be enormous, but we're just not going to fit it into the space that's available there. I think we need to think about some alternative arrangements for the rest of the base. Perhaps we'll go down and go underground with a lift, or perhaps we'll just expand further out this way. But obviously the greenhouse does need to be sited where it's getting some sunlight, although we have got grow lights in there now, so we could slightly cheat. I say cheat, we've just got to that level of technology where we are not reliant on the sun. It's not really cheating, it's just a more complex solution. Right. fell down the hole. Right, jetpack. Come on. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So obviously the resource requirements of using steel, once the steel's made, of course, are very much lower than using iron. It's basically using half as much. So that does make it quite attractive to build with once you have it available. So I want enough to part weld in 12, but actually these 4 I'm going to fully weld and enclose so they're airtight, and I will do the same here, so that gives us plenty of space. So doing that means I'm going to need, instead of 12, I'm going to actually need 16. It won't take too long to get to that. And come on, one more, that's it. There we go. Right, so let's get these welded, and then from there we can hopefully get the hab expanded. Right, and then a single sheet on each of these. And almost done. What happened there? There it is. There we go. Right. Okay, now we've just got to take this to bits and move it, I suppose, which is a bit annoying, but it can't be helped. Before we do that, let's just double check. I think we have some sheets either there or in my inventory. There we go. Let's close these in. I'm trying to do as much as possible before we dismantle that auto lathe, because what I don't want to do is to dismantle it and then find that actually I'm stuck until I rebuild it. It's a bit of a mishmash now because we've got 2 different styles of frames, but you know, it's not the end of the world. There we go. And in fact, since we've got some left over, can I get the angle? No, I can't. Oh well, it was worth a try. Okay, right, so let's put these away and start taking this to pieces, I guess. Right, so we may as well start with the stacker. Do that. Angle grinder. Plastic sheets and wire cutters and in there, whoops, and the angle grinder again, and finally the wrench. Whoa, boom. Right, okay, so then let's bring this over here. Place it back to back. Looks kind of looks wrong somehow. Okay, well hopefully it's not wrong. Get that in there. And that in there. There we go. Turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. Okay, right, let's get this built. I'm slightly paranoid in this state that something bad will happen. by bad I mean stormy. So let's be quick about it. Okay, there we go. That looks fine. Now we just need to sort out this cable. We may as well make it a stack with this. So now, actually what I want to do at this point is to lift that one, and probably that one actually, and let's try and reroute the cables slightly better, allowing for the state of things. I just realised that there is a real risk I left, and I did turn that valve off. That is very lucky. I just saw the gas particles over here flying off. This furnace is staying hot for an extremely long time because it was very highly pressurised, I guess. So we might be able to use that for something if we need any other materials making, but that's a different thing for another time. That's reconnected, so we can take that off there, put that there, just in case you want to automate anything later. Okay, now the only problem is if we're going to bring this out here, this is going to be very tight around this corner here, so access is going to be an issue. So we might bring it out just on this piece here. Actually that is a significant problem because we can't easily get through here as well. Okay, I'm starting to feel like this resiting wasn't quite so successful as I'd hoped. Let's at least get this connected though. Right, yeah, it's a lovely idea to bring it all the way out here. It will give us loads of room inside, but that is going to cause us a problem. So perhaps what we'll have to do is put a wall along here and here. That will eventually become a door, so we'll walk through the door into here and then into... No, that's not going to give us enough space. We need a space to redirect. Well, we could bring that chute back through here, I guess. No, really, that is going to have to move that far out. I think we're going to have to actually resite all of this further over there. I suppose that's what you get for trying to be efficient and move the machines closer to the base. What I don't want to do, of course, is to have to sort of rebuild all of that inside. That would be a huge job. See the Harvey busily working there, throwing food around. I'm guessing it's probably something's full. So this is the sort of thing where wherever I build it now, I'm going to look at it later and go, oh, that would have been a better idea if I'd done that differently. Unfortunately, that's the nature of Stationeers, that as your building evolves, you find better ways that you wish you'd done it. Okay, well for now, doing something is better than doing nothing, so let's get some walls built, and at least we can start to understand what that's going to look like. Right, we will need more plastic, so see whether the silicon works. Yep, here it comes. There we go. forgot I switched the side on that. So my concern is if we place walls here, 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 and here, close this bit in, actually it will be almost impossible to squeeze through there. Now it may be that the simplest solution is to leave that and to then move the recycler and the centrifuge. That could work. There would be a little bit tight around that, but I think that would be okay. That might be what we need to do, and then we'd get between the printers here, because obviously there's going to be a wall along there as well. Let's grab these out and see how that looks. Yeah, see, this is really not, well, you can just about squeeze through, but it's not great. Certainly not going to fit through there once those walls are properly set up. So definitely needs some more thought. Although this will give us a huge inside space, so I think it's the right thing to do. I think that it's just a question of deciding how to set this up best. What we should think about is actually, does this all need to be glass? Because it doesn't. We've got grow lights in there anyway, but actually obviously the more stuff we put here, the less sun will come through, but I think we'll leave it for now. It's quite nice to have it glass, we can see what's going on outside. It's just I may need to remove some of these panels to convert them into solid ones to allow mounting of equipment, but let's see how we get on. Okay, right, whoops. Okay, so we need 2 more there, and then we need the roof, which is quite a few actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the roof, so I've got 3 here already. Okay, 2 more. 1 more. So as you can see, this is really going to hugely increase the floor space. It's going to double, more than double the floor space of the hab. But yeah, we are going to have to deal with this access here. So I think we might move those. We could even put them all the way over here and feed right over there where the machines used to be, and feed through a chute network. That could work quite nicely. Or we could, actually we don't need this anymore, we could take it over here. That's quite a good solution. Right, we've probably got too many plastic sheets by now, so let's stop that printer. Stop. Right, glass sheets. Glass. Go. Right, so that's those. Oh, 30. That's slightly too many. Okay, well, we may as well. No, okay, let's just use the jetpack. Actually, having said slightly too many, it may not be. No, it's not even enough. One too few. Okay, so we know we need 32 glass sheets. Okay, which happens to be what we're at. No, stop. Oh, 33. So close. Right, plastic sheets, just print one. Right. Okay, so let's close that up. I'm deliberately going to leave one open there. And if I've got enough jetpack, I'm going to get up and...
Power critical.
Come on, do this before we have to go and refuel everything. So close. Come on. What are you doing, you silly thing? Okay, hopefully I haven't missed any. If I have, you can laugh at me on the replay when I can't work out what's gone wrong. No, I think that should be right because we needed 32 and I've left one open and I printed 33, so I think we're okay. So the next thing to do is to flick that across there. And let's go and recharge the jetpack.
Jetpack critical.
Okay, much better. Oxygen's not great either, so oops, whilst we're over here I'll just fall down, and then when I unfall down we'll dump that in there.
Air tank critical.
That's sorted, and I'm also going to empty the waste tank while we're here.
Waste tank critical.
Okay, there we go. So that's all running fine. I wonder how much carbon dioxide we've actually got captured in here. Probably absolutely loads by now. Not as much as I expected, actually, interestingly. We're going to need some more volatiles at some point. Although the fuel pipe pressure is very good, so that's okay. Plenty of oxygen and, as expected, no hydrogen. Whoops. Okay, right, let's get back to it. So, what we've got to try to work out here is how we are going to make this a bit less of a nightmare, because help, I'm too fat, I got stuck in the gap. Right, let's do that. Okay, that's interesting. Let's okay, this is all just going wrong now. Let's put that in there. I thought I'd run that, but I haven't. Okay, well, I can go over there for a minute. Right, let's empty this. What was in there can go into the smelters. And now let's think about where we're going to resite the recycler. So it is tempting to put it over there, but I feel like that's just going to get in the way, so I think we're going to dismantle this actually. Get the right tools. Oh look, there's still quite a few ingots in there actually, I had not realised that. It's not very efficient, but you know, it gets them into the right place, doesn't it? So what I probably should do is have a manual, actually that would be a really genius idea, a manual override chute. We've got spare chutes here. What I need to do would be maybe we'll put it through the back here. If we take that one out, actually that was probably the wrong one to take out. What I should have taken out probably was that one actually. Make that into a junction. And then that one there. Ah, needs one more. Brilliant. Why does that keep happening? Oops. To be fair, there's probably iron in here. Yes, there is. Oh, walk around this way. Slightly safer. Right, there we go. And then if I remove that and remove that, I should just be able to oh, did that go in? I'm not quite sure what happened there. I saw it sort of flying slowly and then it, I guess it did. Right, okay, there we go. Nice. Right, now let's strip down the rest of this. Oh, I forgot to do the roof. Daft. Okay, and then we need the hand drill and then the wrench. Okay, that gives us a bit more room. So what I'm just thinking is, in here actually we're going to need a wall. A wall? Oh, what are we talking about? I've gone crazy. We're going to need a door in here. Obviously that doesn't work at the moment, but that's what we will do. So I'll leave that there. Okay, I think I might seal that actually. That way if I go inside and then forget and start opening it, it should be okay. Right, so over here let's luckily we've still got some cable over here, So it should make some connections a little bit easier. We're going to need some more frames though. I've gone on automatic and gone to the wrong machine. I don't love this here, I have to say, but it works for now. Gonna need to make some more steel soon as well. Actually getting through it quite quickly. Right, so we'll just make enough of these to put together just a little bit more space over there. Oof. And weld them up. Okay, there we go. That should be enough room now to place a recycler and a centrifuge, and I think we'll put them I'm just trying to judge. Put that there for a minute. Let's dismantle the centrifuge. What do I need to do that with? Wrench maybe? No, angle grinder. And then hand drill. And then crowbar. Okay, so could actually go about here. Let's try and line it up right this time as well. I think if that goes there, I'm probably going to end up needing quite a lot of extra chutes because that seems to always be the way. Let's do that for a minute. Just make sure that's lined up in the right place, and it's not because the output is that. That's what I did the last time, because that is confusing and looks like it's an output. I even knew as I did it that I needed to be careful, but I lined it up with the wrong object. Never mind. This is why we check these things. Right, hopefully that is now lined up correctly. Yes, it is. Right, okay. So cabling should be simple. That's the good news. We just need to run that in here. I can't remember whether that is the power. Yeah. Okay. Good. Right. So let's get that put back together, and then we'll figure out how to reconnect the chutes. Okay. Let's turn that on. So that's where it was connecting, although actually we could, well, we've changed this chute so many times already, it's quite crazy, but there we go. Let's throw that in there, let that do its thing, and let's see if we can figure out a way to route this nicely. That's a screwdriver. Oops! this over here one. I don't want it underneath that. In fact, I need it to not be underneath that. And then we could probably put the input chute here. And then, just for a bit of fun, as long as I line it up properly, which I probably won't. There we go. And then we'll put so we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more chutes, I think. I don't know, let's go find out. Get some more floor grating made as well. What am I doing? I wanted to turn that off. Right, okay. Whoops. Probably won't have enough now. There we go, and then this could be quite fun because actually when you turn it on, I mean it's no good in a storm, but the rest of the time it drops through one and drops into the other, so you just get to see it fall in, but we can then also use that just to drop out or directly in, so it's a bit of a gimmick, but I think it works, although I'm not sure why the furnaces didn't work then. Whether have I broken the sorter? I don't know. Right, what's the time? It's about midday. I think let's go and do some mining, and then hopefully after that we can get a better idea of the state of things. Let's see whether I can just stack any of these, and that can go there. No, right, okay. I'll just drop these in here. I don't want to leave them lying around in case we get caught in a storm while we're out. Right, okay, what am I doing? That's the wrong bell. I want to do that. Let's close all those windows down. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. It's a little bit tight, but it's not terrible. Yeah, that's enough, thank you. You can stop. Actually, I'm going to have to do this now, aren't I? Oh my goodness, I've made far too many. I mean, the good news is it's going to look much neater when all of this is finished. I wonder whether I can... Yes, I actually can build them now. That was a place I kept falling off before. Obviously we're leaving that square around the computer for now. There we go, that's actually quite neat. Right, now, later than previously advertised, and it's getting towards night time, which is not brilliant. Let's go do some mining. We kind of need... Oh, that was an actual gold ingot. My brain told me it was gold coloured and I should mine it, but that was the ingot that blew away in... I think it was episode 8 when we got caught in the storm and we never found it. So there we go, we did in the end. We don't really need copper. Copper's one of the things we don't need. So I should probably stop mining it and concentrate on things we do need. We do need iron. We definitely need iron. And there is some. That's very convenient. And while we're up here, perhaps I'll try and take a little bit off the top of the hill. It's not going to make much difference, but you know, it might just buy us a little bit longer solar power each day. Probably won't. More importantly, I'll just try and see whether there's any other. There's some more iron. Come on, iron, iron, iron. No. Oh no. Right. See if there's any more up here. Doesn't look like it. I mean, we've got a reasonable amount there, but it'd be nice to get lots and lots. Look at that, the sun's still up from here. Just. We may as well take the rest of the top of this mountain off now we're up here though. It won't make very much difference, but you know, it'll make me feel good. It just looks tidier. Okay, right. Oh, maybe. Oh no, there's some there. Oh, I've run out of power in my drill as well. Well, that's amazing, isn't it? Let's go and fix that. There's some silicon which we don't need. However, what we could do with is that ice, because we always need more nitrogen. I'm just trying to see whether I can pinch a battery. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Swap it with the labeler. Let's do this. I guess if I was clever I could probably cut a trench down the hill so that the ore would just roll all the way down to base, but I think the chances of getting that right are quite low. There we go. So I don't think we're going to get the automatic cooking working today on this video, but we might do. We'll see how we get on. But I'm just thinking by the time we get back, we haven't even started on building that. But we might have enough resources to do it. Okay, let's head down here anyway. Chase the rolling iron. Gotcha. Right, any more coming down? Maybe? No? Oh no, here they come, here they come. And... got it. Right, okay. It was a little bit silly, but you know, sometimes you have to be, don't you? You can't be all serious on Mars all the time. Right, so one thing we need to do is just throw that in there and let that go and get itself sorted. then let's throw those in there. Nearly threw the ice in as well, that would have been silly. Obviously this chute is a bit shorter than it was before. Hopefully we've got enough length to get all of these in. Just about. And the ice into here. Right. Okay, that water does look really quite cold. We're going to run out of power in a minute, so I am going to throw a coal in there and turn that on. At least that will get us some charge. Right, okay, so while all of this is doing its thing, let's go and sort out what we need for some automatic cooking. Now, I can't remember which machine we make the cooker from. But that is a locker. I do need a locker. We haven't got enough iron. Hopefully we'll get some. I think it's probably the electronics. Is it an oven it's called? I think it might be. No. Or do I need to upgrade? I may need to upgrade one of these machines before I can produce the automated cooking and canning. But we'll just have one quick check in here first. Right, okay, I think we need to upgrade. The way to find out actually is just to which one was it that needed? I can't even remember where I needed to put this and what I needed it for now. Oh yeah. The way to find out is to always, rather than guessing, is to pull this up and there we are, that's what we're looking for. Automated oven, and then we can see it's made from a tier 2 electronics printer. So, oh, and in fact it needs quite a lot of we need to make some constantan. Okay, that's fine, we can do that. So the next thing we need to do is to make a an upgrade for actually the next thing we need to do is stop this just going crazy forever, is to make the upgrade, which we need to do in the right order. So I think I'm right in saying we need to upgrade the auto lathe from the electronics printer. Oops, helps if you can type. No, that says upright wind turbine. Okay, I'm going to have to actually now go and look at this. Oh, automated oven, electronics printer tier 2. What have I done? I've pressed the eject button. Stop ejecting everything. Right, okay, let's try that one again. Let's not point at anything. Okay, so what I'm looking for is the upgrade. So how do we make a, I can't remember what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a tier 2. I hate it when I have this mental block. You can't remember what thing you're making. I know the thing I'm looking for I probably need to make in here though, so or maybe it's not. No, there we are. It's a mod. That's what I was looking for. So we need the electronic printer mod. We're going to need constantan anyway, right? That's very clear. So to make constantan, we're going to need copper and nickel. We haven't got any nickel. Okay, whoops, pressed the wrong button. Okay, so that's going to be the next problem, is we're going to have to find some nickel. I have a feeling there's some out this way. And as with all these things, it's kind of layers of, before we can do this, we must do the next thing. So let's go see if we can find some nickel. A little bit challenging in the dark, but it'd be nice if we could find some. Is that, no, there's gold. No. A lot easier to do in daylight, but of course typically we're at the point that we're ready to do this just when it gets dark. Always seems to happen like that. Never mind. Probably run right past some without it quite being in the torch beam. It's starting to get light though, that will help a little bit. Right, I'm going to grab a bit more iron because we do use a lot. We're going to need to make some more steel in a minute. Is that nickel? That is nickel.
Critical.
Okay, let's grab that. All of it. Nickel, a bit like silver, is something we don't need much of. And like lead, actually, there's not much that uses it in its raw form, but we do need to make it into alloys. Certainly constantan we're going to need for the next step. So let's we're up there. That sort of suggests there's probably some under here. Assuming it was the same vein, it might have just been luck that it was two veins very close together and both very small, but that feels less likely. Or it might be part of the same vein but just hugely spaced out, but I kind of feel like there should be some here. Maybe there isn't. Maybe that is all. Oh, there it is. Okay, well let's grab as much of this as we can carry, because at least then we've got it. We can get it going through the necessary processes. Right. Okay, I really think that's probably enough, though. I know I said let's get all of it, but actually we don't need that much. Right, okay, so let's head back. I'll grab that iron on the way. Oops, I'm trying not to fall down the hole while I do it. He said falling down the hole. Okay, I think that will do. Yep, let's go. So while we're over this way, if I turn the jetpack on, we can do a quick flyover and see the state. So that's the nickel hopper, so that's definitely empty. No silver, a little bit of, actually quite a lot of lead. Got some silicon, bit of gold, not very much, reasonable amount of copper, and a growing, but probably still not sufficient stock of iron. Right, okay, so constantan. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is try and remember the setting that we used on the, this is where I should have made a sign. Let's just import that and then I can just read it. Let's read the code. So when I first set this up, I said we should probably have a sign to tell us what the codes are, but I forgot. Right, constantan is 5, invar is 4. I can't remember which way around they were. I knew they were 4 and 5. Right, so we need to set it to 5 to make some constantan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is set. Okay, well, we may as well throw that in, let it at least melt, and then we're going to need copper. So let's go see if we can just grab a... Let's get those, get rid of those. Come on, I know there's copper in there, I saw it. There we go, thank you. Okay, I expect this will be nowhere near the right temperature and pressure, but sometimes you get lucky. No. Okay. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's be expecting this. There we are. That's now, it's just reset the program. I think it got itself stuck for some reason, taking the chip out and dropping it back in. It's now recognised it's red, it's showing it's in the wrong temperature range. Oh, that's actually going to make it though. It just passed through it very quickly. Amazing. Okay, well, let's see if we can repeat that. We're certainly not gonna. Just wondering if we can repeat it with invar. Probably not now, though. That pressure's coming right down. No, okay. Alright, well, that's still good news. We can throw that in there. I'm going to make some invar because we're going to need it. And invar is invar is iron and nickel, so we can make that in here, and that tells us the requirements. So what we will do is we will put in some iron, and we'll set this to number 4. There's nickel in there. There we go. It's not enough to melt it, but it's a start. Right, okay, so what I'm hoping is happening now is that it's emptying. Yes, good. The red light indicates it's emptying, but I was just concerned. But sometimes what happens as it empties is it hits a combination of temperature and pressure where the remaining H2 and O2 ignite, and so then it spikes back up again, which I think is probably what happened. Okay, well, we'll leave that to do its thing. In the meantime, I'm going to drop the rest of the iron in here. Actually, I'm going to drop the rest of the nickel in here as well. We can always retrieve it later if we need it. Just gets it out of my inventory, and we know that it's at least in the system doing something useful. Right, okay, so can we now make the mod? Yes, we can. So that's the next thing. So we need to make the mod for this, and then I think once we've upgraded this to tier 2, we can use that tier 2 to make the mod. You can see mods are quite slow to build. Make the mod for the other 2 devices. So get on with that. Just save a bit of power, we don't need those turned on. Right, you see that's now up to the temperature it thinks it wants to be. I think it's actually overshot slightly. Oh no, there it goes. And look at that. That's the magic happening. Invar. So now I'll just turn that off. And at the moment that's still hot enough to make more invar. But probably could have made a second one if I hadn't thrown it all in there. Oh well, live and learn. I don't imagine there's any nickel, so there's probably no point in me requesting any. If any comes out though, then I know what I'm doing with it. No, okay, that's fine. Let's just leave that to do its thing. In the meantime, we've now got invar and constantan in here. The next challenge is probably going to be steel. Again, although actually I think we've got 94 in there, 50 in there. I just think it's the auto lathe that was getting low. So okay, that should mean we've got enough here to make most of what we need, and then we can start upgrading to tier 2, which will unlock additional recipes, which is obviously going to be good news. I do think we're probably going to need to add some more solar panels, because this is still running down, admittedly because we're using a lot of electricity on the smelting here. It's not the most efficient, but oh hello, that had more steel than I realised. Actually that makes me wonder whether this is an opportunity. There's only 15 of steel in there now, let's throw that in. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to first of all switch belts, and then we are going to get the welder and we are going to weld the mod onto the printer. There we go, and you'll see it has changed. In fact, the user interface has also changed. So what we can now do is we can now make an auto lathe printer mod, should we wish. However, before we do that, we can make an automated oven if we had enough gold, which we can sort out quite quickly. I hope we had gold in there, right? So if I can find the right button, it'd be nice if you could put like mini labels and stick them to the buttons, but there we go. Hello, hello. Here it comes, there we go. So we'll throw that in there. Okay, automated oven coming right up. And then the other thing we can do is we can build an advanced packaging machine, and actually we've got the raw materials to build that, so I'm going to go right ahead and make that next, and that will allow us to start to build a proper kitchen that can just run on autopilot. I'm going to deliver these through the wall, so let's just build a couple more chutes and rebuild our chute delivery system, and we'll throw them straight into there.
Power critical.
There we go. Oh, I haven't quite got enough copper now. Let's deal with that. I'll deal with my critical power. There we go. Oh, and also that reminds me that I changed the battery in the... There we go. And in goes the copper, and one advanced packaging machine coming up. Okay, now we are going to need an IC to run the at least the cooker. I'm probably not going to run, well, I might run the packaging on autopilot as well, but let's drop that in there for now. As soon as that's made, we'll build one more IC, and actually how much cable have we got? We're going to need more cable. Perhaps we'll start this running with some cable rather than waiting. It's slower than using the dedicated machine, but it's faster to start it running on there than it is to do nothing and wait until the dedicated machine is available. Right, where else do we need these? Let's put one there. That'll actually make it easier to get up and down here without falling down the hole, won't it? There we go. Right. Okay, we need more steel. Right, which we've got. That's really slow. Okay. Right, we're going to have to go and find some more of that. You can see we've got loads of extra recipes unlocked on here now. Now we need steel for the chip as well, don't we? Okay, so we are going to need steel. I don't think we've got much left. We've got a little bit. I don't really want to start mucking about ejecting it if I don't have to, but perhaps we'll do it off here anyway. Just split it into two. Whoops. We will need a chute actually, so that's kind of okay. Let's eject that. Right, there we go, that's what I was after. that in there, turn that on, go. Whoops, ID, I don't even know how I managed to do that. IC housing.
Filter low.
And right, let's just put this back in here. There we go. Right, how much cable have we got? Has it actually done anything sensible? 22 as a start. Might be enough for now. We've got 12 already. It's 34. I'll take that. That'll be fine. 35 now. Oh, 36 because we're turning there. Right, I'm starting to get a little bit on the thirsty side now, which is obviously not good. So I'm going to have to go in and have a little drink in a minute. However, before we do, let's just check out that filter low. Right, that one's exhausted, so that can be thrown in here. Let's chew that up. Okay, come on, nearly done. There we go. Right. Okay, so that can just go in there. Get that inside. Assume it came through. Yes, it did. Right. Okay, let's get to work. So let's switch this over. Let's try and move reasonably quickly on this. Programming only. Import to clear it. Strictly not strictly necessary, but it does look a bit better. It's easy to see what's going on. Right, now I have a feeling that if I can find the right one, we have got in here bulk cook. Overwrite the computer. Right, here we go. So this is a script which will basically loop through the cookable recipes and attempt to cook each one constantly in the cooker. So we are going to write that onto the chip. And in fact, I think there is a program. I might have a quick look. I think there is a program that I'd also written in here, which find it, which constantly runs the canning machine. Although I may be able to just do that with simple logic. I can't immediately see it. Let's not worry about it now. I'm trying to get this finished. We've gone over the hour already, and also I'm about to die of thirst. So let's get inside first of all. Let's grab the chip. Don't want to lose that. Cancel the pressurize. This is going to make a mess. Oh, hit me right in the leg. Right. Okay. So what we're actually going to need to do now. This is where it's going to get messy. Oh my goodness! You can see how many crops this has cooked. It's also kind of overloaded the system a bit. But what we're going to do. This is going to be super messy. This is going to make so much mess. Is we're going to remove that. How are we going to remove that? And here we go. Wait for everything we own to blow through. Actually, surprisingly, it didn't all. But right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get an automated oven, and really, it's the wrong way round because the input is on the other end. It would be nice if we could change all the machines to input from different ends, but you can't. So there we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll perhaps put it across here. I was thinking about the best way to do this. Really what we want to do is to pass it from left to right, and then we're going to pass it into a canning machine. So I think we're just going to have a really messy arrangement of chutes. I don't think there's any other way to do it, to be honest. So let's put that in. Of course I left the iron sheets outside, so I can't finish that. Wasn't my cleverest move, never mind.
Health
And then we're going to
low.
run chutes up and over, and then we're going to feed it into the packaging machine, which is also going to have to go basically backwards. It's, unless we do it over the top, we could probably do that. It's lovely when you actually want to go left to right, but where you're in a situation like this where you need to go right to left, this is a bit of a problem. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. For now, right, let's have a quick...
Low.
Oh, okay, that's not ideal, is it? I hadn't realised quite how low the pressure is in here. Let's... I mean, technically we didn't need to open the helmet on this level of difficulty, but I am trying to keep it real. Right, okay, let's close that. In fact, let's put that over there and close all of these because I've got too much open. Right, okay, so what we're going to need is we're going to need some iron sheets. I can get at one of them from here. Deconstructing that, I probably could deconstruct. I'm going to need to go through here anyway, aren't I? So I may as well deconstruct that. That will at least allow me to weld this. Now this is a bit risky because this is going to do horrible things to the temperature. Not a whole lot of choice actually in how we do this. I would like to get that door put together, but I don't think that's going to happen either. Let's stack that there. Well, let's give it a go and see. What I don't want to do, you see, is to burn the place down. Basically, burning things down is very rarely a good idea. Okay, we're going to put that door there. We're going to have to get cabling through this side anyway, so I don't really care which way around that is. The problem we've got is that I'm trying not to have to use a welding torch in here until I can seal it up, but there's really no sort of way around it. We're going to just have to weld it. So let's be quick about it. You can see the temperature externally there spiked quite quickly, but you know, it could have been worse. Right, now if I switch that, and I do that, okay, now at least if I start a fire it's in this side and it doesn't destroy everything through there. I mean, it's small consolation, but it's a consolation nonetheless. Right, where is the iron sheet stack? There it is. Okay, let's turn that on. Okay, that's looking hopeful. We're not on fire yet, so that's good. That one's going to need 2 more iron sheets, which I haven't got. I'm going to have to come through and weld them separately in a minute. Right, so in terms of how this works, basically we're going to feed raw vegetables in that end. They're going to come in here, and then when it's powered we'll be able to cook them, and obviously then we can eat them, or we can push them into a tin as required. So we know we're going to have to connect both of those things, so let's do that. I think what we'll do is we'll run this across here, and oh, hello, pressing the wrong buttons. I need to get this through here to connect it to the main power network, which actually I'm wondering whether it might be easier to connect it through here. We've got cables in the bottom there. If I can ever get into that corner, that would be an amazing way to do it, but I'm not sure I will be able to, so we'll find out when we get that far. Let's get that done. Right, let's pick that up, let's pick that up, and then we switch to crowbar. We'll pull these doors open, and then let's see whether I can figure out a way to get into that back corner. It's not looking great so far, is it? Oh, maybe. There's one. Come on, I need to go one more. Maybe if I pick the pumpkin up. Oh, I haven't got enough hands. This is all going wrong. Right, put the crowbar down. Pick the pumpkin up. And then maybe. Oh! It's always slightly scary when you move quite so quickly. Doesn't feel like something you should be doing in a spacesuit. No, I actually can't get in there. That's really frustrating. Yeah. Not only that, I can't get out now either, which is even more frustrating. Okay, that's annoying. Just doesn't quite. I can't quite get in close enough to connect there. So what we'll have to do is to connect through. Obviously, we can't connect through the door. This is actually going to be a real pain now, I think. Let's see if I can fly over and maybe we can just drop down here. Come on, yes! There we go. Right, okay. So we'll do that. Okay, let's try and gather up some of this. We've got ridiculous amounts of stuff here. So let's gather those. Let's just feed all of these into the cooker. Right, what we're going to have to do is figure out a way to route. So we're going to take this stacker out actually, and we're going to route the chutes from here up and over. It's going to be really messy in order to bring them through here. So then we'll bring them through the wall here. Which means I think again we're going to have to fly up and over. Oh. Right, let's grab these stray pumpkins. I think that one's actually inside the chute, it's just the model clips out. Yep, so let's throw that over there. There's all sorts of stuff coming out of here. Right, okay, and I think that's corn down there as well. Yep. Oh. Can't get it. There we go. Right, get out. No, get out. Oh, go on, get over there. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to bring that, I guess, up here. This is really painful. Right, and then this one here will come up here like this, I guess. It's kind of in the way of the door, but there's nowhere else to do this, so. And again, all because we can't connect it the way we want to. Never mind. Right, there we go, and we're going to need 1, 2, 3 more chutes, which I don't suppose we've got. 1. No, and I could take the end off that would get us to 2, but nothing's going to get us. Oh no, wait, there's 3 chutes there. That's exactly the right number actually. Okay, good. Right, 1, 2. In fact, we could even put a window in this one. Luxury. No, we couldn't. I need one for the other end. One there. And then what I need to do is, this is really a horrible arrangement around this door, but that's all we can do. We need one in there that's a corner. And the reason I left that one till last is we are actually going to have to take it back off again in a minute to put all this produce in, but never mind. And then that becomes a corner, and that goes that way, and then this can come out. Right, there we go. Okay, now let's throw that away. Okay, what I want to do now, I think, is gather up all of this that's lying around, of which there's a lot, and pass it all into here. So we're going to have to take the end off, but let's throw them there for a minute, because we're going to get the potatoes and we're going to get the tomatoes. And is that all of them? It's just stuff literally just falling out now. We've got so overloaded. Right, there we go. Okay, so let's get the seeds that we can find in there. Actually, perhaps we'll keep a few back as a stock. We're going to set up a locker in a minute. Right, just kind of click randomly and see what I get, I suppose. Just try and restack these, they're all over the place. Right, nearly there, right. A few more. Okay, right, that's a bit better. Now, I'll have that potato, thank you very much. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to take that off there. Whoops, just as something came through, just loads of things have come through, brilliant. I suppose I should have realised that because I actually heard it trigger, but anyway, never mind. We'll just throw all of this in here, get in. Right, so all of this can go in here. Hopefully that's all of it, yep, and then we'll put the corner back on. There we go. Right, so this machine now has got quite a lot of food in it, and you can see we can make various cooked recipes. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect up that IC, and that will then just try and cook anything it can. Of course, at the moment that's just going to come flying out here. I think longer term we're going to have to move this door over one actually, because it's going to come flying out here, and then we'll need to run a chute over the top and into the input into the canning machine here. But yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Right, for now I'm going to put this here. It's reasonably close to the machine, so it kind of makes sense. And we'll connect that up. And in there, whoops, in there. And then we just need to connect this, work out what this needs connecting to, honestly. State 99999 unknown command, right. It's quite strange. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that it needs actually connecting to the not the autolathe, I've just realised it needs connecting to the automated cooker, but I'm not going to find that on the network until I connect the data port, am I? So we do need to do that. Maybe that's the problem, is maybe it is just looking for that. I can't really remember how this code is written, but automated oven, right, let's try that and see whether anything works. Okay, well, we've got an error. No, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Okay, that is working. Okay, so the way this code is working is you can see it's writing the hash value for the cooked thing that it's looking for to the housing here so that we can see it. That's not turned on, but if I turn that on, it's now going to basically go through those in order, and it's going to just cook anything that it has the ingredients for. And at the moment that's just going to come flying out the end. So as soon as it does this one, I'm turning it off. But you'll see we've got a cooked pumpkin and a rather scrawny looking cooked tomato. So once we can then pass them through chutes, we'll drop them into the automated packaging machine where they can remain until we're ready to can them. So that's the plan. I think we've got a little bit more work to do to get that working, but we might be able to get that going before we finish this video. Let's just grab these and throw them back in. I will put the lockers together probably on the next video now though. You can see we desperately need to sort out our nitrogen problem as well now, because we're only getting 35 kilopascals of pressure in that base. Now it's so much bigger than it was, so that's obviously a bit of a problem. Right, so we need those. We're actually going to need a load more chutes, so in fact, let's just throw them in there and just make some more chutes. So, whoops, went the wrong way. No, that's not going to get us very far, is it? I don't even know whether this is... Oh, that's certainly not going to be enough. That's not a proper ingot. Let's do that. There we go, you can make one more there while that's going, and then Go in there. Okay, so one block will make 16. There's 3 or 4 in there, so I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. No, go in. If I wanted you out here, I'd have put you out here. I think we are going to do one more.
Power low.
I really don't want to have to come back out again. We're coming up to the hour-and-a-half mark again, so I'm obviously keen to get this done once, and then we'll get to the end of the video, because otherwise they get a little bit long, which is not a whole lot of fun. So that's probably not enough, but it might be. Let's just check the spec for the advanced canning machine. Advanced packaging machine, sorry. Does it tell us what it needs? Constructed from 2 iron sheets. Okay, that's all it needs, so that's good. That will be fine. I'm going to take a chance on that being enough chutes. If it's not, I'm going to be a bit annoyed, but hopefully that will do the job. Right, let's go. Let's go. Right, cancel the pressurize. Whoa, enjoy the wind. Yeah, I'm certainly going to have to set this hab up a bit nicer next time round. Never mind. Right, for now let's close that door so that any fire we manage to accidentally generate doesn't spread. Let's put this in here, grab that, let's grab that, and then let's weld this. Why is the torch not operable for this task? This is not a good time to find out that we've run out. We've run out of fuel. That is absolutely irritating. Right, okay. Well, what I'm going to do while we're here is I'm going to put the... Yeah, this is really going to be in the way of that door, look. I'm not even going to be able to press the door button properly. We're going to have to do this, actually. Otherwise we're going to get stuck in the room. Right. Go that way. And in there. And up. And up. And over. Okay, so that one will need to be there. And up, and have we got enough? Maybe, probably not. And one more. And no, we're going to come up one short on this as well, aren't we? This is just turning out to not be my day, I think. Oh no, this has got the right number. There we go. It's a bit of a mad arrangement, but it does work. Okay, whoops. So we'll just do this, because I really don't want to have to come back and do this again. I just realised that, to be honest, I need to come out and build some cans anyway, so it's not completely the end of the world. I thought we were ready to test this, but never mind. Right, let's it's not the best arrangement of a door, is it? Never mind. Let's go. Oh, I've got 10 more chutes in my backpack that I just didn't even notice. So, right, we're going to need some cans, so I'm going to make some in here. Empty can, and that uses a unit of steel. I might actually let that use all of that steel. And then let's go refuel the welding torch. So there's that, and in there. Okay, that's fine. We'll repressurize that, and let's go back over. I think we'll just grab whatever number of cans it's made for now. I just want to demonstrate the principle, really. And the canning is not automated yet, although it could be. Okay, that's enough. Stop. the whatever the last one was made. 2 more. I realised I could have just carried them in, but you know, there's no point in building these things if you're not going to use them. Right, let's run through as quick as we can and close the door and grab the sheets and grab the welder and weld that up. Okay, and grab a screwdriver, and there we go. Okay, so the only thing is we do need a means to put cans in here as well, so actually I did need that extra chute, because what we're going to need to do is to hook this up actually as a junction and an input, because we need to be able to put the cans in as well as the food. So if we set that like that, and then we put an inlet here, I think we might do that actually, and then up there, and then in there. There we go. Right, it's a little bit hazardous, but right. So cooked food in. Obviously, the rest of the cooked food will get there by itself. Cans in. Whoops, cans not in. Cans in. Okay, so if I turn this on, what we've now got in here is 22 empty cans, 1 cooked tomato, 1 cooked pumpkin. So if I now turn this back on, this is now busily cooking anything it can, which will then be fed up over the top, down here into there, and start to build up. So what we can then do is make our first canned food. So for example, pumpkin soup is going to need 5 cooked pumpkins, so we've just now got to wait basically while the machine cooks things and feeds them through. But this will run basically indefinitely, cooking anything that's available to be cooked. If it doesn't have the ingredients, it will just move on to the next recipe and it will just loop round and round. The only issue here is we're actually running out of power. You can see the power's flicking on and off partway through the cooking cycle here, and that's because we actually now need to well, I'll turn this off so it's not consuming power, so this can at least finish, but we will need to do some rewiring in here next time. No, that still hasn't got enough power, so that's a little bit frustrating. Let's see if we can just turn these grow lights off for a minute to let that finish. We should still have daylight. Some of these are definitely struggling. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I don't think that's supposed to happen, but there we go. Send them in there. Let's just grab that out of there. Right, yeah, there's definitely some weirdness going on here, but never mind. Right, there's some wheat. Of course, what we also did here was we've got this fridge, so you can see actually some of this food will last quite a while. I'm going to chuck that there. I'm going to put that into there. There we go, 13 hours. That gives us a bit of thinking time at least. Okay, so I think we are probably reaching the end of this video. We've gone over an hour and a half. I think what we've concluded is that we've got to have a fairly major reorganisation of the inside of this part of the base next time. We'll probably have to move the fridge into this corner, maybe even over here, and move the door one to the right, take that table and microwave out. Perhaps they can go somewhere over here. We're obviously going to remove that chute now we finish the building. I might move that one back up on. Actually, I'm slightly concerned about accidentally dropping the wrong things in there, but we'll see. And make some space for the lockers. Then we're going to need to run in a transformer with enough power so that we can run everything we need to at the same time, because the oven is very hungry. Yeah, it's trying to. Actually, the problem is it's trying to cook French fries, but we haven't got the right ingredients. So actually, I misdiagnosed the problem. It wasn't a power problem. Right, so we can see this is starting to cook its way through. It's because we've got obviously lots of potatoes in there. What we need to do is actually, I shouldn't have put the soy through here. I should have got built a food processor, and then we can make oil, which we can feed in. I need to put a separate feeder line in here so that we can feed in additional ingredients, and then we can make other things. However, in the meantime, look, we can now make, I'm going to do this at the last thing for this video, we are going to make our first can of pumpkin soup. Okay, so an exciting moment, non-perishable food. Look at that, that is beautiful. In fact, we can also make tomato soup. You can see there's quite a few things in theory we can make if we've got the ingredients, but we haven't. But we can make a corn soup. So there we go. So we've got a choice of 3 different soups for our next meal. And you can see since in all of these videos, so I don't know how many hours we've been playing for in total, but this is episode 13 and we're an hour and a half in, so we must have done 20 hours, and so far actually if we look, we've still got 15% of our first tin of soup left, plus we've still got more from our starter kit, so we really don't have a food problem anymore. And we also don't have a water or gas problem, except for the fact that we do need to get some more nitrogen to pressurise this hab. But you can see we've now reached a stage where our food is being automatically grown through here, harvested, fed through the sorter, through this rather horrible arrangement of chutes, into the cooker, cooked, and then ultimately pass through into the canning machine. So really all we need if we want to really completely automate this is just to have a process that does as we're doing with the cooker and just kind of cycles through these recipes and says if you've got all the ingredients then make it. And we could actually have a completely automatic system running. But you can see obviously it needs quite a few cooked ingredients to make each can, so it will take a little while, but we're well on our way to our next round. So in the meantime, obviously there are a number of these that it's trying to cook where we just don't have the ingredients, but that's fine, we'll get there. So I'm going to turn that off for now. I'm actually going to turn this off for now. The electronics will probably still be trying to interact with it, but it's turned off, so you can't have it. But this will be sat here. You can see it's just rolling through the hashes for the recipes it's trying to make, and we'll just leave this garden running over here. What I did want to do was to put some rice seeds in, because I realised that we hadn't actually planted any, but I can't find them either, so that doesn't help. Oh, there they are. So I'm going to just put in, I'm only going to put in one, but I do want to get some in there so that we've got some in amongst the crop mix. That's why it's good to have lots of different crops going. I mean, obviously if you're only growing one crop, you could just set that IC code to only try and cook one thing and just do that constantly. That would be a much simpler setup. But I think, you know, this is quite nice. We're now going to have a choice of foods, and actually we don't really need this little kitchen bit here anymore. We'll strip it out, we'll come up with some better way to do it. And then we probably need to work on the overall sort of flow of inside the base. But I think if we move the door here and clear this clutter out of the way, we'll panel in that wall because it'll look nicer. I think this will actually work fine. That will bring us through into this room about here, and then we'll go through the kitchen area, and then perhaps we'll build something else out that side, or maybe we'll even go down underground. Anyway, that's it for this time. So we have on this episode we have created a whole extra large piece of this hab, and we have got automated cooking, and we have got not automated but as close as you can get with the canning. Well, not as close as you can get, but as close as we need to. It's a lot to step up. We just skipped right over the initial manual canning machine and went straight to the advanced packaging machine. So we're pretty close now to having a completely automated food production system. and we're very self-sufficient. So I hope you found that interesting and useful in terms of what can be done with the food system, and that's pretty much all of the food system that we've now covered, although we can make some more sophisticated types of food with the reagent blender, but that's kind of everything we need to know for now. So hopefully you found that, as I say, interesting and helpful, and I hope to see you on the next video.